The Appellate Practice Section is an entire section of the Florida Bar devoted to advocating the better practice of appellate law and promoting its attorneys to be connected with one another. So part of it is, well, what is an appeal anyway? And trials are where all of the decisions happen, but they might not be a final decision. All of those decisions could get appealed to an appellate court. Appellate practice is really a practice and not an area of law, because we help, just like I said at what I do, we help construction lawyers or commercial lawyers or personal injury lawyers or family lawyers or administrative lawyers. A large number of our section helps criminal lawyers, workers' compensation lawyers. All of those kind of lawyers need us to help them with their appeals. That's where the Appellate Practice Section comes in, and our members are eager to help lawyers who need that kind of help. And in the instance of Pro Bono, we're eager to help the programs, the Guardian Ad Litem programs, the legal aid societies, or individual practitioners who have appeals, but they don't know the ins and outs of how that particular craft works. That's where we can come in and help them.
So I've been involved in the Appellate Practice Section for several years now. It is a group of appellate attorneys focusing in trial support, appellate practice, not necessarily practitioners that are always doing appeals, but that kind of a level of trial work and appellate work. And it's just a fantastic opportunity to network with other attorneys who are doing the same kind of thing, and then also to reach out to other sections of the bar.
The Appellate Practice Section is a great benefit to attorneys because it's such a collegial group of people. So it's a great way to get to meet other appellate lawyers who share in our nerdy love of writing and all things legal research. It's a great way to meet people, find mentors, bounce ideas off of people, and through the Pro Bono committee to even have an opportunity to handle cases that you might not otherwise have a chance to handle. So it's a great resource for lawyers in lots of different ways. And I think the Pro Bono committee's work of the Appellate Practice Section benefits the public because it's a resource for people. There's not a lot of appellate pro bono organizations out there that focus on pro bono from an appellate standpoint, and so it's a resource for people to have an opportunity. It's not a guaranteed opportunity of representation in appeal, but it's at least a chance for a lawyer to take a look at a case and potentially see whether or not they're able to help with an appeal.
The question is, we've got the Guardian Ad Litem program that exists, and it's wonderful, and they do a lot of great work across the state to help the children who don't have a voice in the courtrooms. And then the Appellate Practice Section exists independently and has always had a pro bono committee, has always had a committee that looked to inspire people to consider doing work for various different legal aid societies, but there wasn't a direct interaction between those two organizations. But the Guardian Ad Litem program has reached out to the Appellate Practice Section, or maybe the Appellate Practice Section reached out to the Guardian Ad Litem program. It's a Reese's peanut butter chocolate kind of thing. But the two together do so much with each other to make for this result that every appeal that happens in the state of Florida has the opportunity to get a qualified appellate attorney to be on board.
One of the great opportunities that the Pro Bono Committee of the Appellate Practice Section offers is through its partnership with the Guardian Ad Litem program. And these are referrals that come from the Guardian Ad Litem in cases where a trial court has made a determination that it's in the best interest of a child to terminate parental rights. And so those cases are up on appeal, and the Guardian Ad Litem is an appellee in that situation. And so there's an answer brief that has to be drafted on behalf of the Guardian Ad Litem program. And so in those situations, the Guardian Ad Litem program will often reach out to the Appellate Practice Section's Pro Bono committee and ask if there's any volunteer lawyers on the Pro Bono committee who'd be willing to assist the Guardian Ad Litem program and take those cases. And so it's a really great way for lawyers to get some pro bono experience because the Guardian Ad Litem makes those appeals easy. They send the record to the lawyer. They handle a lot of the administrative legwork, including preparing a template for the brief, providing a brief bank of similar issues and prior cases, running the tables that are necessary to go in the brief, like the table of contents and the table of authorities, and just being a sounding board for the pro bono lawyer. So there's a lot of institutional support. It's a time-limited commitment. Most of those cases do not have oral argument, although if there is an oral argument, the pro bono attorney would have an opportunity to go argue that case. But it basically frees the lawyer up to do the fun part of an appeal, which is reviewing the record, reviewing the transcript, formulating the legal arguments, and drafting an answer brief. And everybody likes to be an appellee in the appellate courts, and so it's a great way to get a brief, maybe an oral argument in the right kind of case, and to really do a public service too, to assist the Guardian Ad Litem program, which is doing important work in advocating for children's best interests in Florida.
I consider myself so fortunate to have the job that I have. I'm doing not one, but two things that I love. I love appellate work, I love the pro bono projects, and through the Guardian Ad Litem and with the support of our executive director, Alan Abramowitz, I've been able to do that. He has 100% supported it, and you know, I'm just walking on sunshine.
If there's someone new who wants to handle that appeal, but they don't have quite the training yet, we can help back them up. We can be their mentors. We can help guide the process to make sure that a child doesn't fall through the cracks, or an underprivileged tenant doesn't fall through the cracks, or a battered spouse doesn't fall through the cracks. If we can help be the backstop to make sure that if there's an appeal, we can protect those people, then it's such a valuable thing for our section and for the Florida Bar.
There's a lot of great expertise in the section, and people are very generous with sharing that expertise with others. And so there's a lot of great resources for building your strengths as a lawyer and becoming a better lawyer, and whether you do that through pro bono or other ways, like those resources are there to help you. You can follow us on Facebook, or we just actually started Instagram. Both are at FLA Bar Appellate. So check us out, and that is really just letting people know that we have resources for navigating the appellate process. The APS has a wonderful pro se handbook for people who are facing appeals. If they can't get to a pro bono attorney, they can at least have some guidance that way, and that's one way we give service back to the communities, to have that handbook. And yeah, and our social media is all about sharing that kind of information with folks.
Being able to meet with fellow members of my bar, talk to them about cases, share some of the experiences, and learn, hey, you know, everybody has that. It's not just you. And once in a while, you know, just say, I don't really know what to do here. You know, what do you guys think? What remedy might we be able to pursue? So I get that support that way. But really, mainly it is the development of the friendships and the professional support that I think is the reason why anyone should consider joining the APS.
Of course, being a member is its own reward. Again, the friendship and camaraderie I've had, the support group I've had, a lot of the people that are in the section I would call my closest professional friends, they're all in this section. I've been members of other groups, and really it's the Appellate Practice Section that it kind of feels like family to me. So that's probably the biggest benefit. Of course, there's been some referrals and other things like that, and those are nice too. But the benefit has really been working together with a group of people to better our legal community and work towards a common goal of just all being better people.